Joe Rogan already out, ladies and gentlemen, over the weekend saying, hey, Elon, I'll take Rachel's gig. You know what? I'll take it. And I'll even wear the glasses and everything. So he's in. And then you've got Ashley Sinclair, a conservative influencer. She's like, okay, here's the deal. You put Joe Rogan in for Rachel's spot. You can put Megan in for the primetime slot. You put Scott Jennings, you know, the guy over at CNN who's constantly sort of dancing circles around them. Put him in just for fun. And you could have a version of The View, imagine, without the rapies. And then the Babylon-B. We love the Babylon-B. They could make their own late night show. Hey, that would be great programming, right? Would it not? It would be. It would be. Maybe I'd even go back to CNBC in that arena, shall we say. I used to work there. Bloomberg too, Fox Business. I've had the honor of working, if you want to call it that, at all of the business networks. So immediately all the memes started and everybody joked about, oh, Rachel Maddow, she's crying. This is a scene from one of her shows a few years ago. She was actually legitimately, I guess, really upset about something with immigration, but they just put a new lower third on the bottom. Check it out.
Hold on. To at least 3. Can we put up the graphic of this?
And, you put up the graphic and then she really starts. So in the meme that's making the rounds, it's kind of a crude graphic. And they put it up and all of a sudden, then she's really, really, really losing it. Let me see.
I think I'm going to have to hand this off. Yeah. Sorry. That does it for us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow. No.
Okay, so what do you think? You've got Joe Rogan in there taking over for Rachel. You could do a heck of a, but Tucker could make it back too. Listen, you could have a lot of fun, I think, with programming. The question really does become, is this a worthwhile business opportunity? You got to think about the tax implication. You got to think about really the longevity in the businesses. I don't know if they're really there, but if anybody, let me just say, if anybody could figure out how to make lemonade out of lemons, I think it would be Elon Musk. I really do. I think that he could actually think about this innovatively, and he could tear up those cable contracts so you're not dependent on getting a few bucks from a cable outlet for each home. All those homes are just cutting the cord anyway. And you could take what's there and maybe create more and more streamed content for X. And that would be pretty compelling and that would be pretty incredible. So obviously they're nervous over at MSNBC. It was bad enough that Trump won and now Elon Musk is talking about buying the place. That's driving them all crazy. So they started hitting the phones to figure out if any other billionaires might come in and help come to their rescue. Let's go over to CNN with their media reporter or media analyst, or is he just like a media commentator? I don't know. He used to have a job there, then he got fired. Now he's somehow back on the air. Let's listen.
This ends the argument about how important these social media platforms are. Over the weekend, for example, Musk is joking, I think, about maybe trying to buy MSNBC. It seems he's just trying to troll. Comcast is not making MSNBC up for sale right now. Maybe something will change in a few years. But those tweets, those posts from Musk, those memes that he's posting, it just speaks to his power and his center of power throughout this incoming administration.
But elaborate on that potential joke. He used some of the same phrasing that he used a few years ago when he ended up actually buying Twitter, when he said, how much is it? Just fairly casually. Yes. It would seem that, yes, there is a fair amount of trolling going on right now, but at the same time, Comcast is cleaving off a part of the business that could potentially be an affordable acquisition. Do you think that there's any possibility that it's more than a joke?
Well, some inside MSNBC are taking Musk's comments seriously, whether he's trolling or not. There is a serious undercurrent to this, and it is the following. In some countries where we've seen democratic backsliding, where some oppositional media outlets have been captured by the government, a process known as media capture, this is exactly what happens. A ally of the leader, like Musk, comes in and buys a media outlet that is viewed as oppositional, and then he turns the content and makes it more friendly to the person in power. That has happened before in other countries. That's part of the concern when, even if Elon Musk is just joking, that's part of the concern here when it comes to MSNBC. But at the moment, this spinoff that Comcast is doing will take at least a year to complete. There's no immediate sale or any of that, I'm told, that is planned. But the idea that Musk talks about it, he likes to say the most ironic outcome is the most likely. And in this case, it would be pretty ironic if he controlled MSNBC.
Yeah, we still have more than a year of...
What he's actually getting at is Hungary, right? And Viktor Orban, who has sort of a hold on the media, if you would. And he's saying, oh my gosh, like this would be so bad. You'd have Elon Musk, he'd come in, he'd have a hold on this media. The only thing I'd say about that is like, who do you think has actually had a hold on the media? I mean, like, let's not kid ourselves, right? What do you think we've been listening to for the last however many days? Let me see if I can find one of my favorites here for you, because this is Joe Scarborough doubling down just days before the election, right? On how awful Trump is, his supporters are, how you just need to excommunicate them. They are the worst thing in the world. They are effectively, he's invoking World War II and Nazism. And I mean, it's bad. Okay. This is really bad. So you mean to tell me that like no one had a hold on the media already? Let's be honest. Watch.
Where can we meet in the middle? On this question, we're past that. You can't meet. If they voted for Trump in 16, whatever. They voted for Trump in 20, they knew exactly what they were doing. If they vote for Donald Trump in 2024, and I've said it on my show, I'll say it here, they're knowingly voting for a fascist. They're voting for a racist. They're voting for somebody that wants to put this country 200 years in the back. And so I'm not trying to figure them out. I'm trying to figure out how we get people out who love democracy, who love freedom, who love the rights of all Americans, how to get them to the voting booth. Because that's how we save our country.
I'm just saying, that was everyone in the media. And I don't need to, torture you by going back and showing all those clips, but you've seen them before. From CNN to ABC News to CBS Evening News to NBC News to MSNBC to all of them. I mean, look at the New York Times, look at the Washington Post, look at everything. You mean to tell me that the left didn't have a full-on total grab, 100% right down? I mean, they had it all. They had the media. And now somebody comes along and he bought X. And maybe he'll buy a cable entity. But guess what? There's a lot of streamers out there on the left and the right. Thank you very much. And we still have, we don't really have anything that's neutral. Let's be perfectly honest with one another. If you think PBS is neutral, I got news for you. They're part of the whole game too, right? So there's nothing that's neutral. You might as well at least have both sides so that people have some optionality in this. This is not a quote unquote media grab. This is a chance to get maybe a little bit of the media that might be out there. Why do you think Fox did so well? Okay, because Fox actually offered an alternative. Why do you think Newsmax has been exploding? Because it offers an alternative. So Elon's saying, hey, maybe there's some room for some more people at the table. And this flips them out. It freaks them out so badly. I mean, I'm looking at Joy Reid in this clip, and she's trying to, basically tell everyone you shouldn't be bothering with anybody in your family for Thanksgiving if they voted for Trump. And it's as though she's looking over her shoulder. She's really scared. I mean, Elon might be there, right?
People are rightfully alarmed. They have a reason to be alarmed. And if you would vote for that, people may not feel so confident that they're safe with you. This is not crazy. This is legitimate feelings of fear of you and a feeling that you might not be someone they could trust. If this thing goes way south, autocracies go south real fast and things get ugly and people get asked to do things and turn people in and point people out and turn on them. And if you're voting affirmatively, gleefully for this, people may not feel so confident in you anymore. That's real, and you kind of have to live with it. So if you think that you can vote for what people see as their destruction and then demand that they still are cool with you and kiki with you and have Thanksgiving with you, I think you're kind of missing the point of what people are upset about. They're afraid. And autocracy and fascism are things that are legitimate to be afraid of. So you may want to step back.
So we're already like in a fascist. I mean, he's not even in the White House yet, but somehow you should be fearful of fascism. Come on. I mean, what do you get? 21% of the audience. I was looking at, this is great. There's a new CBS News poll that just came out. Nearly 60% of the country is psyched that Trump is there. People are like, okay, finally, maybe my grocery prices will come down. And by the way, he was there for 4 years. Are we dealing with a fascist World War II scenario? No, we're not, right? So it's actually highly irresponsible for her to do that. But she's trying to stoke people's fears. This is what it's about. So fine, you know what? I'm a big believer. Everybody ought to be able to say what they want to say. So Joy, you don't have to whisper, honey. You don't have to whisper. I mean, Elon doesn't care. Okay, let me whisper that. Elon doesn't care. You can say what you want all day long. Nobody wants to watch. I mean, that's why your ratings are down 51%. I get it. You know, your company doesn't want anything to do with you anymore because you guys don't make any money and it's a dying business. And sure, you know, there's going to be headaches along the way because you're always making noise for really gross, grotesque reasons like this. I mean, then there was this one. I mean, this woman, this is, in my estimation, really, really grotesque. Same lady here, Joy Reid, saying, I will not do it justice. I'm just going to let you watch. Again, hey, freedom of speech, you do you. But nobody actually wants to watch this right now. And MSNBC and CNBC and Sci-Fi and E and the rest of them are getting sold off in SpinCo because Comcast doesn't want to have anything to do with you people, Joy.
Hey, I just want to give some free advice to the white progressives, particularly white progressive women who may be thinking about marching against the Trump victory, maybe putting back on the P-word hats and doing that thing. I would just say probably don't send any of those invites to any black women you know. I'm just going to tell you right now, they're not coming. I'm pretty sure black women have resigned from the Save America Coalition, Save Democracy Coalition, and definitely the Save the Democratic Party Coalition. I think that's probably not happening. I would just keep those invites maybe among your own friends because I don't think they're coming. But yeah, I think black women are now on the Save Black Women, Prioritize Black Men, and prioritize black communities, black businesses, and that. And, you know, the black spaces, but Save America, Save the Democratic Party. Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
So where are you going? I mean, I clearly not to the MAGA party, right? You don't want anything to do with Donald Trump, but you don't want to help remake the Democrat Party, which you helped destroy. I mean, that's exactly what happened. These characters over at MSNBC, they destroyed the Democrat Party. And now she doesn't want to have anything to do with it. I mean, this is really, really messed up. Can you imagine if Elon buys this thing? Elon buys it, and guess what? Everybody's fired.
We could all be fired a year from now or whenever this happens. You never know what's going to happen.
No, you never know. We'll see. A year from now, SpinCo happens, and then it's like another year to the tax thing settles out. And then what? Well, we're coming up on 3 years. I wonder who's going to be running for president. By then, it might just be J.D. Vance. And then suddenly Elon swoops in and gets this network for a pretty penny, because by then it will really be in dire shape. I'll be very interested to see where this stock actually trades. But this is what's going on, okay? So you get a bunch of crazies over there at MSNBC that are really, really upset because the election was lost by their team. They cannot believe that they suddenly lack this relevance anymore after they told you, how dare you? How dare you go out and vote for the guy that they hated so much? And now their network's up for sale. So their network is up for sale. There are pay cuts going on. Rachel Maddow, for example, just had to take a $5 million pay cut, down from 30 to 25 million for a show that she hosts once a week. Go figure. Apparently her ratings are that good. Not that good. Not that good. Not that good considering that the company's getting sold. All right.